Hello, welcome to the queue. End of round 2 recap of the BBR 4 playtest. And there is your look at your income for the end of the turn. We'll advance that to turn 3. I am a little crooked because when I'm straight onto that, there's a glare on there that is not pleasant. For the tech, Germany will roll on the next round. Russia still needs to chime in, so we'll be waiting to hear from them. This turn, the victory points here. Japan picked up Manila and Hong Kong, and that moves them up to 8 for the game. And one of the changes midstream here again is they've added 2 points or 2 IPCs into the territories back to the Commonwealth. So they will go from 13 starting IPCs to 15. So New Zealand, which they moved down to 0, is 1. And then I think Newfoundland and Canada is now back to 1, which was a 0. So a little change there. So you probably saw some people talk about that, I think in the Italy video. We did the Commonwealth video private again. Not a lot happened. There was a purchase and a retreat into Sydney, emptying out Queensland. Fighters flew to Java from Queensland. Their big claim to fame was the Commonwealth, I keep wanting to call them Anzac. The Commonwealth Navy came out and destroyed 2 more Japanese transports. So Japan has lost 5 transports this round. Ouch. The other moves were basically the units that were here railed, 2 of them railed north, and then the armor drove 2, because you can only rail 2 out of that factory. So that was really it for the Commonwealth turn. They collected their money, which is at, I'm looking over there, it's at 19. So there you have it. They've got 19. They don't have any bonuses because Japan has some of those Dutch islands, so that takes that bonus away. So they're at 19 for next turn. So some of the battles here in the Atlantic. A German sub came down and cleaned up the British transport, and then 2 U.S. ships came out to clean up, 2 warships, I should say, came down to clean up that German sub, but you'll notice only 1 survived. That's still the happy days in the Atlantic for the German subs. German transport and destroyer came down to get Gibraltar, which was met by British resistance on the seas. So the Germany lost the transport and a destroyer there. Not much up in the Northland. There was the bombing of the factory, the naval base, and the air base. Britain did repair the air base so that they could have some flexibility with the 4 fighters they have there. Oh, and the bomber, I guess that's true. That could use that as well. Mainland Europe, nothing happened, really. Not at war with Russia. Germany and Russia not at war, so that will change here in a few seconds as soon as we get the dice roll number from Sired on Russia, if they're going to roll for that tech. In Africa, Britain cleaned up the last of the Southern African forces of Italy, and Italy was able to move into Egypt as Britain had evacuated Egypt for a counterattack move. And the last Syria there was attacked. There was a Frenchman there who didn't realize he was still in the game. He was eliminated, but he did take out 1 Italian soldier. And then, of course, now we're down back here to the Pacific. I told you about the 2 transports eliminated there in these 2 sea zones. And then Britain came over and eliminated a cruiser and a transport there. But not before Singapore fell to Japan, along with French Indochina, Yunnan, Kwaichou, Hopei, and Chahar? Yeah, Chahar, I guess. But then China took that back and repositioned their forces to the north. And the last battle, here's the other two Japanese transports that were destroyed here in Sea Zone 6. And in Sea Zone 16 was a blocking force of two Japanese destroyers, basically kamikaze destroyers, because they didn't live long. The U.S. came up in force, took them out and the transports, and they have a line of ships waiting to come in and punish Japan. Will Japan survive? I sure hope so, because this will be a quick game if they don't. All right, so as soon as I get the okay from Sired on the dice for tech, we will roll Germany turn 3.